The following video you're about to see is merely a re-uploading of a classic review. Here is when we originally aired the review. There is one minor alteration to it, the intro. To see the original version of the video, check the link in the description below. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy this classic moment from Please Rewind Napoleon. Hello, I'm Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm rewinding the best and worst of our childhoods. Now, how many of us remember turning on the TV to Cartoon Network and watching not only the great old cartoons from the day, but also some of the network originals that were just that awesome? Well, I know for sure I did. And of course there was just one action series that came out back in the 90s that just stood out over all the others. I am, of course, talking about Swat Kats. Face it, this series was godly back in 1994 when it first aired. Had many high points to it, too, including enough action, not too little, not too much, but just enough to satisfy any audience. Cast of unique characters between the heroes, villains, and neutral characters. And, of course, a kick-ass soundtrack that just should have been placed in Guitar Hero. I mean, if you could put Go Go Godzilla in there, why not any of the theme songs for this series? So by now you're probably wondering who the heroes of this series are. How did they get their powers or their gizmos, gadgets? How did they get to be? And what about the rest of the cast? I mean, who are these people? Are they good? Are they evil? Are they Democrat? Are they Republican? Well, settle down, people. Settle down. Because I am about to get into that information right now. Starting with the most important bit of detailed information that we need, and that is the origin story behind the Swat Kats themselves. Our heroes for the series are Chance Furlong, aka T-Bone, and Jay Clausen, aka Razor. The two of them were once pilots for the military police squad of Mega Cat City known as the Enforcers. That is, until one day when a pursuit against one of the major villains of the series, the Dr. Doom of the series, Dark Cat, went wrong. This was just one tiny little flaw. I mean, these guys had the guy on the ropes, and then in comes Commander Asshole. Commander Farrell, who tells our boys that he needs to get in there, take care of the guy, so basically he's just giving them the fuck off sign.
Negative, Commander Farrell. We already have our missiles locked. It's our tag.
I'm ordering you to back off.
I repeat, sir, we've got a lot.
So after taking the hit, our boys Chance and Jake did make it out of the jet, which was damaged by this little pushover. But the jet accomplished the mission the Dark Cat originally had planned, which was destroying the Enforcer building. Wow, Farrell, you really screwed that one up, didn't you?
All because of those two young hotshots.
Because of the two young hotshots? No, Farrell, this was all your fault. I mean, if you hadn't have gotten in the way, really, it is all your fault. Hey, Chance, Jake, tell him, whose fault is it?
It was our tag, Commander. None of this would have happened if you hadn't interfered, sir.
That's it. You're off the force. Both of you.
Suits us. Who needs this crud anyway?
Just a minute. I said you're off the force, but not off the hook. There's still the matter of paying for this building, and that's what you two are going to be doing for a long, long time.
Enter the junkyard. This is where Chance and Jake have to spend the rest of their lives paying off the debt for the Enforcer building that was destroyed, really, by Farrell. I mean, shouldn't the money be coming out of his pocket? Anyway, after our two get heckled by these two guys named Burke and Murray, Jake comes to a discovery about all of the stuff that's lying around within this junkyard.
Hey, you know, Chance, There's enough military salvage here to build our own jet.
And do what?
Get back in the air and get back at Dark Cat. And all the other criminal scum who rear their ugly heads in Mega Cat City. Only this time, we do it our way.
Well, what are we waiting for, buddy?
And that's how the SWAT Kats came to be. And it only took until episode 3 of the series to fully get this backstory. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to put it within the pilot episode of the entire series? I mean, a lot of superheroes, they get their stories told, their origin stories told, right in the very first episode of the series. The SWAT Kats had to wait until episode 3. The very first episode, they just jumped straight into the action. And every time we enter a brand new villain, major or not, there's hardly, if ever, an origin story. What is with that?
Yeah, okay, so the series didn't really give the backstories for either the heroes or villains until a point in which they felt like it, I guess. I mean, some single episode foes did get their origin story. The Metallic Cats, they got theirs right in the very debut episode they had. But some major foes, they had to either wait or didn't get one at all. I mean, the Patchmaster didn't really get one, we just barely know anything about the guy. Dark Cat didn't get one. Dr. Viper, we had to wait until season 2 to find out his origin story.
It seems kind of weird, doesn't it, to leave a bunch of origin stories out, especially Dark Cats? Ah, well, whatever. Maybe there were just some stories that were not meant to be told. If we'd learned that with Twilight, we'd be in great shape, I'm telling you that.
Anyway, this series had a good 2-year run. Although the end of the series could have been a little bit better than it was. I mean, there were stories going about that one day the head executive of Cartoon Network, Ted Turner, caught just one episode of SWAT Kats and ordered it canned. There were other stories saying that there were people who were protesting the show because of the amount of violence it had. And so with whatever the circumstances there were, officially, we have 3 unfinished episodes just sitting around, and we ended the series on the clip show episode, the Cat's Eye News Special Report.
So let me get this straight. The final episode of the series, this clip show episode that we've been watching, of Cat's Eye News Special Report on the SWAT Kats. It was a clip show thing thrown together because we were getting ready to cancel the series. And the rumors of Ted Turner himself wanting to cancel this series for reasons unknown, possibly violence levels. What were we thinking here, man? I mean, this was a great show. Why cancel it just because of the violence level or whatever the circumstances were? So we're stuck with 3 unaired episodes, unfinished episodes even, because you wanted this whole thing off. Whatever, you doomed the show. You doomed the network. Okay, actually I take that back. There were some good shows that came on afterwards. But still, why cancel the SWAT Kats? Should have had at least a 3-year run. Guy!
Yeah, so even though the series had a bad ending to it, it was still one of the staples of the classic original programming set by Cartoon Network. Just one of those shows that will always be remembered along with others such as Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, The Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, and many, many others. On a scale of 1 to 10, this show is a 9.7. The score could have been a little bit higher if it didn't end the way it did with all these missing pieces and a crappy clip show episode.
Overall, it's definitely a show worth rewatching on those nostalgia Saturdays that you and your friends throw. That's right, grab your VHS tapes, put them in the VCR, or grab your DVDs, whatever you've got that has SWAT Kats on it. Put those things on and enjoy your sugar cereal with your friends. Well, that's all I have for today. Join me next time when I review yet another classic series. See you guys then.